It's 3 a.m. and you should be asleep. You were asleep, but something woke you up, and now your brain is fully awake and running at full speed. And it's not thinking about anything useful. It's thinking about that thing you said 3 years ago, that email you forgot to send, that bill you need to pay, that conversation that didn't go the way you wanted. And somehow, in the dark, at 3 a.m., each one of those things feels enormous. Not just a forgotten email, it feels like you're falling apart. Not just an awkward conversation, but a feeling that people don't respect you. Not just a bill, but the beginning of a financial spiral you'll never recover from. And you know, somewhere in the back of your mind, that you're catastrophizing. That in the morning this will all look different. But that knowledge does absolutely nothing to stop it. So what is actually happening in your brain at 3 a.m.? And why does it do this specifically at night when you're supposed to be resting? Here's what the science says. Your brain has two systems that are constantly working against each other. The first is your prefrontal cortex, the rational, logical part of your brain. The part that puts things in perspective. The part that says this is manageable, you've dealt with worse, it'll be fine in the morning. The second is your amygdala, the brain's threat detection system. The part that responds to danger. The part that doesn't distinguish between a lion in the wild and an unanswered email at 3 a.m. During the day, your prefrontal cortex keeps the amygdala in check. It processes your worries, puts them in context, and stops them from spiraling out of control. But at night, when you're tired, when your defenses are down, when your prefrontal cortex is trying to rest, the amygdala takes over. And the amygdala doesn't do nuance. It doesn't do perspective. It does threat. Every worry becomes urgent. Every problem becomes catastrophic. Every small thing becomes evidence of something much bigger and much worse. This is called amygdala hijacking, a term coined by psychologist Daniel Goleman. It's what happens when your emotional brain overrides your rational brain. And it happens most effectively at night because that's exactly when your rational brain is at its weakest. But there's a second thing happening at 3 a.m. that makes this worse. Cortisol, your body's primary stress hormone, follows a natural rhythm throughout the day. It peaks in the morning to wake you up and drops at night to help you sleep. But here's the problem. If you wake up in the early hours of the morning, between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., your cortisol is actually beginning its morning rise earlier than your body is ready for it, which means you're waking up with stress hormones already building in your system. Before you've even had a thought, before you've even remembered what you were worried about, your body is already primed for anxiety, and then your brain gives it something to be anxious about. Research from the Sleep Foundation found that people who wake in the early hours consistently rate their problems as significantly more serious than they do when asked about the same problems during the day. Same problem, different time, completely different perceived severity. Your 3 a.m. brain isn't giving you accurate information. It's giving you a worst-case scenario with a stress hormone chaser. So what do you actually do about it? The first thing, and this is counterintuitive, is to stop trying to solve the problem. Your brain at 3 a.m. is not equipped to solve anything. The prefrontal cortex isn't functioning at full capacity. Any solution you come up with at 3 a.m. will either be catastrophic or unrealistic. The goal isn't to fix the problem. The goal is to get back to sleep so your brain can actually do that properly in the morning. The second thing is to write it down. Keep a notepad beside your bed. When a worry arrives, write it down, not to solve it, just to offload it from your brain onto the page. Your brain keeps cycling through worries because it's afraid of forgetting them. Writing them down tells your brain, I've got it. You can let it go now. Research from Baylor University found that people who spent 5 minutes writing a to-do list before bed fell asleep significantly faster than those who didn't. The act of externalizing the thought reduces the brain's need to keep rehearsing it. The third thing is to change your relationship with the 3 a.m. thoughts themselves. Instead of trying to push them away, which never works, try acknowledging them without engaging with them. My brain is doing its 3 a.m. thing. This feels bigger than it is. I'll think about it properly in the morning. You're not solving the worry. You're not suppressing it. You're just declining to have the conversation until your brain is actually equipped to have it. Because here's the truth about every single thing that has ever kept you awake at 3 a.m. in the morning. It's smaller. It's always smaller. Not because the problem went away, but because your brain got the rest it needed to see it clearly. The catastrophe at 3 a.m. is almost never a catastrophe by 9 a.m. It's just a thing that needs dealing with, and you're more than capable of dealing with it. Just not at 3 a.m. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to The Social Psyche. As usual, every week we break down the hidden psychology behind why you think, feel, and behave the way you do.